Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. Last time, we went across the sea to Fiery Field, where we faced off against Entei, and they imbued our clear wing with its own fire, and contrary to turning it to ashes like you would expect, it became the Red Wing. This time, following Entei's instructions, we're going to read the mail. Oh no, Pokemon is Big Apple. Energy seed for the sky no. Sure, I'll take one of these jobs just so we have one free slot in the mailbox just in case there's more news, because I'll admit I'm getting a soft spot for it. Oh!
Belly rumbling, hungry.
Talk to him.
Munchlax, hungry. You have food? Really? What kind of food? Show, Munchlax, show.
We got the Big Apple here. Camille gave Munchlax one Big Apple.
This Big Apple, Munchlax's big favorite. Delicious. Munchlax satisfied. You good to Munchlax. Munchlax, say thank you with this.
A Big Eater belt.
Munchlax, go now.
Munchlax is the Big Eater Pokemon after all.
You good to Munchlax.
Wasn't expecting to find two of these so close together. The Big Eater belt. When this item is equipped, the wearer's belly fills twice as much when they eat something. It's helpful, but you know it's a poor man's small stomach. If there's no Pokemon with small stomach that makes sense to bring into the party, then okay. But otherwise, it's better to just have it as a passive ability than take up a whole item slot. I never actually did say what it was we were going to be doing today. Per Entei's instruction, we're heading off to the adjacent lightning field where he said that we would meet someone who can help us on this quest. Here we go, lightning field. And I've decided to show off a new strategy here that I haven't really gone over yet. Groudon! So Groudon can be a very valuable team member and also a very clumsy looking one with how it is he follows us. Groudon having Precipice Blades is a super powerful move. With all these electric types running around, I thought he'd be a very good choice for us. And there's just also the fact that, well, Blizzard's sealed now, so I guess we need to do Screen Nuke, and we could always go for Earthquake. Not that I would, no. Earthquake is terrible. It's actually been turned off by default. I'm okay. Willow, you don't need to worry about me. You don't need to protect me. We're gonna find the stairs and then get out of here, which we can't do soon enough. Whoa, that's got a long range on it. I knew you were gigantic, but yikes. Between Groudon's big size and, by extension, big range, together with just how strong its attacking moves are, that's good already. It's able to Primal Revert with the help of the Empowerment Seed to turn into Primal Groudon like we saw in the fight. And that just has such a strong weather effect that you're not gonna find anywhere else. It can only be overwritten by Primal Kyogre or Mega Rayquaza, which we're not going to see anywhere in these dungeons randomly. It's just pretty much an unstoppable machine for having weather that benefits it. It gives it a water immunity, it powers up fire moves. With the right team comp, it can be an insanely good benefit. It's not personally why I brought it along, I just wanted to have a really good ground type for this, but thought I could talk about it all the same. Reap, that worked out a lot better than I thought it would. As for what this place is like, the Lightning Field, it's also home to some vitamins, sure. I did not need to use Blizzard. Seems like Blizzard is the source of all my follies. If we could find the thing that I want to talk about, that'd be lovely. I hate you too, nature. Because we're not primal reverted, this weather can be overwritten. Speaking of which, that reminds me. One flaw in my playstyle that I fully acknowledge and I really know I need to get better about. I need to use wands more. Wands are really good. I've said that they're really good. I don't deny that they're really good, but I just don't think to use them in a lot of situations. I think my brain is just kind of stuck in how I play the original version and wands aren't in there. And so I just don't really think about it much whenever I'm in a dangerous situation because I'm running around panicking and only really thinking about how much I need to be defensive, how much I need to revive at strategic times, if it makes sense to use an Oran Berry or not. That's kind of how I think about things, and I acknowledge that that's a flaw in my playstyle. It almost cost me really big against that Mega Gyarados a while back, but it hasn't really cost me my life yet. Earth Power, oh, well, oh that's right, Earth Power's homing on within the room. So's that, though. Is that a Geopebble? Seems like everything's been a Geopebble lately. We haven't been running into any Graveler rocks. The range on that is ridiculous. The range on that is beautiful. It's majestic is what it is. It's so good. This Mareep can kindly go away. I don't seem to be running into it, but the main purpose of lightning fields is another reason why I chose to do the dungeons in the order that I did. Seeds. Seeds are very common around here. A lot of them can have great effects, and they can just be a good item to stock up on over time. If you are one of the players of Red and Blue Rescue Team, I need to tell you that there are buried items in this dungeon in that version only, and these will be Joy Seeds. I haven't gone over these yet, but these increase a Pokemon's level by 1, essentially this universe's version of a rare candy. Ah, nature, you had it right all along. You were naturally growing these things. But again, leveling up, not as good as stat up items, because you're likely to be getting +2 between all of your stats now anyway whenever you level up. And with stat up items, you get to choose where the stats go, whereas with leveling up, it's just random. It still can be good, and I thought I'd mention it to you because of that. Oh my god, this was Spinda! Spinda didn't give up on her dreams after all. She came all this way. Spinda was moved by Team Rosethorn's goodwill. She's still moving. Sales pitch. Ugh. Sure. I'll bring you along just because you're Spinda, and besides, it's kind of in character for you to have a useless ability. So I gotta say, the order that we've been playing the dungeons in is kind of amusing to me because the order in which the dungeons are unlocked is so confusing. I actually don't know if anybody truly knows what the order is that they're unlocked in or what the prerequisites are. A lot of online guides claim to have the answers, but many of them are different. They might have changed it between versions, and that's not documented if it is, because I swear that there's always something that throws me off every playthrough. And I've seen things that directly contradict even what the most reputable guides on the internet say. I've been trying to go to the best of my abilities, but I've been caught off guard multiple times by just how confusing of an order it is. I'll start up the game each day thinking that we're gonna be playing one dungeon, and then in reality we're playing another one entirely. And when I see the dungeon that we're really having to play to unlock other ones, I go, I set aside 1 hour for this, not 7. It's unreal how time-consuming some of these dungeons can be. And it can get very frustrating that I just don't know exactly what it is gonna be. We've been pretty lucky so far. We've been showing the dungeons in an order pretty close to what I intended at least, but it hasn't changed the fact that the order just keeps shifting on me and no amount of research has seemingly made it clear which ones we're gonna be doing. Anyway, I guess now we're gonna get on with the show and listen to some stylin' music by the wonderful and talented Vanillux Pavilion. Seriously, they've remixed everything and done such a good job. Listen to them if you haven't. It's a house! I make jokes about a lot of the places where mansions get built in this world, but this one seems like it would be pretty nice. Who lives here? 2 Magna Zones. I was considering using the evolution crystals on Buzzybo if I ended up choosing not to evolve Skitty. So that's kind of funny, actually. Now I don't really have to think about it, but no one can replace Buzzybo, come on. The Deluxe Ribbon. I wanted to talk about this. This is sort of the inverse to my strategy with the Wigglytuff Orb and having the ability Bargain. If you take this to one of the Fugitive Arc dungeons, you're almost guaranteed to see a Kecleon shop in there. Those can also be primo grinding spots to get Kecleon to join the party as well, since you're guaranteed a Kecleon shop. They're relatively easy dungeons, and you can see the map in those dungeons by default. But what's good about the Deluxe Ribbon is having the rare quality sales pitch, going on a throwaway run, and just selling all the Deluxe Ribbons and Gold Ribbons that you have in one fell swoop. The Deluxe Ribbons go for $7,500 a piece normally, going for $11,250 in a Kecleon shop. Just be mindful that 99,999 Poke is the maximum amount allowed in the toolbox at one time. Personally, I feel like I'm swimming in money at this point and don't ever need any more than will never need any more than I presently have. But it is still a good strategy and a good use of one in-game day. Floor 29. I thought I'd kick things off by saying that Groudon is so good that it might be a Pokemon worth pouring vitamins into. In fact, I would outright recommend that. I don't even want to say might about it. It's just that strong. Its ability is so beneficial to it in so many ways. It learns so many good moves. Raise it up. Take it to either the Unknown Relic or the Buried Relic. Second, Floor 29 is a place where you can find Thunderstones on the ground in red and blue. Same thing is true for the Fiery Field, where that places Firestones on the second to last floor. Look out for those. Perhaps you started with Pikachu and you need your Thunderstone. This is where you'll find it. Why? Why have you come? This is the Lightning Field. It is my domain. I am Raikou, one who races with lightning. A body like roiling rain clouds, a roar that echoes thunder. Many have trespassed upon my domain, but what became of them? Let me demonstrate. And you too shall experience the pain they suffered. Always pictured you being a regal Raikou. That is... Okay, Chamomile is right here. Starting off this fight, do I want to go for any effects? I'm willing to bet you got a ranged attack of some kind, so I'll just step closer. Raikou has the ability of pressure, so yet again, double PP consumption whenever fighting this thing. We're getting some good hits against it, using Reflect to lower our power of physical moves. Okay, that matches up very well with what my strategy was gonna be, because you know what mine is. You must have heard so much about the legends of the Pokemon that wanders into legendary Pokemon's domains and then gives them a nice big slap in the face telling them they're not special, and I'm about to name them something real embarrassing! 400 damage even with that buff up. It's about 500 in one turn, getting close to 600. Wow, this is really good. Extra Sensory is a Psychic type move with some decent power and a chance to flinch. Not that I'm really worried about that all that much. We're going for another Earth power. Groudon being able to attack with Ground type moves from so far away, getting the same type attack bonus is really nice. Oh boy. Had a feeling you'd have a ranged electric attack, and there it was. Magna Zone fainted from that, actually? You have a good rare quality, so I'm bringing you back. Uh-oh, I'm paralyzed. Heal Seed it is because I've learned to not take chances with statuses that you want to wear off naturally over time. Seems like I got to heal and attack at the same time. Oh, that was it. You guys would have won this turn anyway. But that's okay. Ooh! How dare you? How did this happen? Regardless, you have won. Let me hear your wish. Are you a genie? This is the Red Wing. You stand back. Whoa, that looks so much cooler than I imagined it would. The Red Wing transformed into the Sunset Wing. Its subtle gradation of yellow to red is truly a beauteous sight. I've never heard of two words in that sentence. Go northeast to a place called Northwind Field. You will find a Pokemon there named Suicune. If you are lucky enough to meet Suicune, perhaps your wish will come true. Team Rosethorn obtained the Sunset Wing and gained access to the Northwind Field. Bronze Dojo ticket, Bronze Dojo ticket, Oranberry, ugh. DX Gummy, DX Gummy. If there's anything else that I recommend doing, I probably will see if I can get Groudon a better rare quality if I don't like the one that it presently has. I just checked and it has Notorious Restoration for its rare quality. I'm probably gonna wanna use this one again, even if it's not in the next dungeon. So let's start spending let's start off with some Rainbow Gummies and then we can move on to our DX Gummies. I have plenty of these and I might as well give the stat-ups to somebody who really matters. Sales pitch. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, you probably could convince people to buy a lot of things from you by just looking the way you do. Rapid Bullseye. I'm basically having that on Skitty forever, so I don't need it. It actually would do nothing for me in any situation. Got pretty lucky stat-ups. There was a +5 HP and a few +3 attacks in there, but I guess now we're gonna move on to DX Gummies. Leave half. More into Notorious Restoration. I got Small Stomach and I like it. I'm gonna be keeping that in all my teams. Recoil Boost. Now this is a rare quality that I've heard is seriously good if you have recoil moves. The amount of power buff that you get whenever your recoil moves miss is actually really solid. But again, I don't use recoil moves in my strategies, so it's not gonna do anything for me personally, even if it is good. Thrown Item Boost. I haven't mentioned it, but in the post-game, it's really likely that enemies will start catching your thrown items, and it can get really annoying if you like relying on those. In fact, it's one of the reasons why I haven't been using them as much lately. That sounds like it could be a really great quality for us to bring along on certain missions, so I'll stick that in a Pokemon that I'm likely to use again. Now, I have some... Well, I was gonna say I have some news, but, I guess that kind of means that I don't now, does it? I got another job here, which I think means that all the editions of Pokemon News have already been distributed. They were bound to go out of business at some point. I won't miss you, but I'll miss all the free gifts you sent me. You're like that awful uncle that nobody likes. Anyway, that's all for now. Next time on Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, we finish up this trilogy of planes by going off to the Northwind Field. See you guys then.